YouTube has completely changed our lives.
And we're gonna go over why it has, as well as tips for how you can grow your YouTube as well.
But before we get started, Ash and I just want to acknowledge all 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we are so grateful. We finally hit the big 5-0, which is crazy. We really appreciate you being here and watching our couples vlogs.
And you guys literally have no idea how each and every one of you have changed our lives. And in this video, we're gonna talk about it right now.
Yeah, I feel like our YouTube subscribers, I have an even more special place in my heart than any other followers across any other platform. YouTube just feels so much more personal and more special in a way.
Yeah. It does, really. And you guys get to see a side of us that most people don't get to see on TikTok, on our Instagrams.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons for me why YouTube has changed my life is it creates a space where I can fully be myself and fully present. I've made content on the internet, on TikTok and Instagram for a while, and I started to hit this point of burnout a little bit, and I think that YouTube has really renewed some creative energy for me, especially because I feel like with long form content, I can really put myself out there more, really express myself easier than I can in this short little video on TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah. And aside from it shifting our mindsets on content creation, it has also financially changed our lives. Ash and I would not be able to have the peace of mind that we have today if it weren't for YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube pays for our groceries, YouTube pays for our rent, our oil change, our car insurance, our phone bill.
Our basic expenses plus a little bit extra to start putting towards my flight school loan. Do you know what you're doing in the bedroom with women?
Do you need guidance, tips, perhaps a coach?
Well, we can give you something pretty close to that. We have a YouTube members as well as Patreon where we discuss all things lesbian sex ed. We're your older sisters, your lesbian aunts, and we will tell you how it is.
You will learn from our experiences as well as special guests that share their own personal experiences and things they knew or wish they knew before getting in the bedroom.
And our videos are not stuffy. It's not like, do this, this, and this. You know, we very much go off of our own anecdotes, things that have happened with us. A little bit too oversharing, so you'll know a lot about us by the time you're done watching our video.
Seriously.
When I first came out, I literally knew nothing, had no clue what I was doing, was so embarrassed and nervous and stressed around women when it came to sex. And we are here to try to help you avoid that awkward stage.
Yeah. And for me, I was the type of person that would pretend to know what they're doing, but really I did not know what I was doing, and it did not lead to a successful bedroom experience on my end. We want to save you the embarrassment, give you some tips and tricks, and we also have fun games that we play together as a couple that we think you would enjoy. So
like Dirty Would You Rather or Truth or Dare, kissing challenges, all that kind of stuff. So there's lots of fun content. We make 2 videos a week, full-length videos on there on top of our vlogs. So
we've grown over 4,000 members, so come join us.
Yep. See you there.
Back to the YouTube video. All the money we make goes to aviation loan and then our basic expenses. And we don't have to rely on brand deals anymore, which is great because if you're not a content creator, then you must know that brand deals are not consistent. 1 month, you have a lot of them. Next month, they're dry. And the worst part is that you don't get paid immediately.
Yeah, it's usually at least 2 months out that you get paid for them. And so it feels like you work a lot and then it takes forever to actually get paid.
Yeah.
Which we're still very grateful for those, but this income is definitely so much more consistent.
And reliable.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're putting in the work. It's not just coming out of thin air, but based on the work that we're doing, we're making X amount of money, and it's been stable and growing since we started YouTube.
Yeah.
We started YouTube in, I think
July?
our anniversary is coming actually.
Oh,
our 1 year
okay.
anniversary in July, so almost a year now. We've started YouTube, and we have grown, I want to say vastly. Most people that create a channel don't grow at the rate that we grow.
Yeah.
We're very, very rare. And I'm very grateful to be rare. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. You make so many things possible for us that you're probably not aware of. So basically, YouTube has impacted our life financially and also our context on how we view making content. But how did we do that? Everybody wants to make a YouTube channel, make money, and have it change their lives. So we're gonna share how we did it, and it's not a traditional way in how we did it, by the way.
Yeah, so we make, like we said, we make enough to pay for our basic expenses, plus a little extra to start putting towards my loan. But we have done it, like you said, in a not so direct way. That, to be transparent, that money does not come from our YouTube views or YouTube brand deals.
Nope, it comes from using YouTube as a funnel.
Yeah. So how we make money is from Patreon, as well as we just barely started a YouTube members where we post the same content. But we actually have a lesbian sex ed Patreon that we post on, and we've grown it completely really from YouTube, from putting a little snippet or a little like mini ad into our videos. Because at the beginning, you're not gonna have brands reaching out to you really wanting to work with you yet when you're still pretty small, but you have such a long video and so much free advertising for yourself. You can post about anything, you can advertise anything that you want to that benefits you in your videos. We made a little Patreon ad and would put it in every single one of our videos.
And it was so cringy, and it did so well. Because we found a need that was not met in our community, and we decided to fill it. And people needed this. In this case, it was lesbian sex education. And we've been able to build a community. I'm talking like over 4,000 people that have found our Patreon and like followed us. And that's where most of our money has come from. Now we're building the same community, but on YouTube members, because we found that YouTube members is a thing. Like, we had no idea about YouTube members, and it makes more sense for people to want to stay on YouTube than have to go on a different platform. But hey, we made it that way as well, so it's not impossible. So we use YouTube as a funnel, and that's how we make most of our money. We also make money on YouTube AdSense, and the views, like the views on our reels.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a much smaller number, but it's starting to grow every month. So it will grow as you start to get more views on everything. And if you guys are interested, I feel like if they're interested in hearing more about our tips for Patreon, we also could make a video on that. Because I think a lot of people don't do well on Patreon. I've heard this story over and over of people not being able to make much on Patreon, not doing well with Patreon, and so we definitely have a lot of tips that we can share with that later.
Like, you have a friend that has had a Patreon, I think, for 3 years, and they're making the same income that we make.
Which is still very impressive. It's still very good. But we've grown that very quickly. So we can definitely make a full separate video on that if you guys would like.
But for now, let's move on to tips that we wish we knew before making YouTube.
Yeah, because on top of, yes, we've done well with Patreon, but we've also grown our YouTube subscribers from up to 50,000 in a year. So how did we do that?
Honestly, consistency. We didn't start consistent because Ash wasn't sure about this yet. Like, you weren't sure. Ash is in aviation school, if you don't know. It's a very rigorous, intense career path. And I guess you just weren't sure if this was the path for you to do at the same time.
Juggling content with being in full-time school has been rough, but it also, I would say, is preferable to having an actual 9-to-5 job and trying to be in full-time flight school and learn how to fly an airplane and all the ground things that comes along with that. So we've gotten a good balance, and I'm grateful. I'll say I'm very lucky in the fact that you are an incredible editor, and you are really down to be the one who's doing all the editing and stuff. And so at this stage of our life, you take on a greater role with that. I will say, if it's your only channel and you are also full-time school and also working and stuff, it's definitely a challenge, but it's something that's doable that you can make happen. We just have to find moments to squeeze it into the week, especially when I have really, really busy weeks, like right now while I'm studying for a stage check, you know? But
so if you're in a team, if you're doing this with somebody else, that's our cat, right? Rokita. One thing that we wish we knew was to delegate different tasks. Ash and I pretty much just made a YouTube channel, and that's it. We didn't really have roles where it's like, you do this and I do this. And I think that's where a lot of the stress came from, where I expected you to do something, but we never talked about it. And then you had school, and then you'd be stressed, and then I expected you to do something that you never even had in mind to do. And that's just a recipe for our YouTube channel to fall apart. And honestly, it almost did. we were about to just not YouTube anymore because of it. But we communicated and we figured it out, and what like the agreement that we came down to was that I'm gonna do, like, if we want this YouTube channel, I'm gonna have to be okay with taking on like 90% of the work that comes with running a YouTube channel. And I was okay with that, you know, so Ash could peacefully pursue her aviation career. So that's something that if you have a partner, you wanna sit down and delegate and say, you know, you're responsible for this, I'm responsible for this, so there's no mixed expectations.
Yeah, and I would say if you are not a couple, because I think the vast majority of people probably are not making couples content, this leads me on to our next tip, which is to have a schedule, to have a consistent schedule. So with us, that means like having a very specific posting schedule of we are posting these days and this is when this happens. And I think if you are a one-man show, then it's very, very important for you to structure your week knowing exactly when you're filming, when you're going to make time to edit, and when you're posting. Because if you don't have that organization, it just isn't going to happen. And with us, with posting, again, it's just not going to happen at the intervals that we want it to happen unless we have like, these are the specific days that we need to have filmed by and edited by and needs to be out these days.
Yeah, and that's what we'd had to get serious on, because like I said, we weren't being serious in the beginning. We got serious the beginning of this year in January. In January, we sat down, I think it was like the 1st of January, we sat down and we're like, we're posting twice a week, yes or yes, every Monday and every Thursday, period. Now we need to talk about when is our filming day. And you said, well, based on my schedule, it has to be on like Thursdays. So every Thursday, Ash came home and we knew we're filming that evening, period.
And then I started a new semester and we just readjust the schedule. So if you know that there's things that are changing in your life, your schedule's going to change, then your YouTube schedule can also change, and you can, you know, let your subscribers know or whatever, but make sure that you are adjusting to a point where it is feasible for you to do that.
Next tip.
Post a lot.
Honestly, the more you post, the better, I believe. So I think it's kind of like TikTok. Ash and I don't have, first of all, we're doing vlogs. There's only so many things that we can vlog about throughout our week, but also because of Ash's schedule, she's not even home most of the day. She's gone from like 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So we're actually creating ways to vlog with us not being together, because that's going to be our future anyways. So we've created ways to, and this is like brand new, we're newly talking about it, where she vlogs at school and I vlog at home, and then we reunite and then we vlog together, and that's going to be a vlog. So, you know, get creative and make it work with your schedule. Yeah,
definitely. And I think this is the hardest thing for people. And this, I used to have a different YouTube channel, which I've started posting every now and then on as like a fun thing for me, like to be able to post some aviation stuff on there. But if you want to be very serious about a channel, the thing I did not do correctly in the past with my channel is that it needs to be like, I didn't want to accept the fact that you literally do need to post every week in order to grow a channel, okay? And not even just every week, but like 2 times a week. We have grown 50,000 followers in a year, and that's because we post 2 times a week. We are very serious about it. We're very, like, we do it, you know? And it's, if that's the kind of results that you want, then that's what you're gonna have to do. To be so, like, honest with you, you can sit here, I know I watched so many videos on like YouTube tips and I wanted something new, I wanted someone to say something creative and new, but the honest truth is post twice a week, you're gonna gain followers, like I promise.
And then another tip going off that is not just posting videos, but posting shorts. Ash and I post shorts at least 2 times a day. That's the amount of work that we're putting in. Shorts are very important. We actually get more views on shorts than we do on videos, on YouTube videos right now. Yeah, we're getting like 3K views on a short versus a YouTube video. We're lucky if we get 3K.
Yeah, we're working on like the engagement with our
it's our YouTube channel is having like an interesting hiccup because we are growing so fast with subscribers, but our YouTube vlogs, I don't know where the people are at basically. But we get like decent or the same amount of views or more on shorts. So my hypothesis is that people are finding us through shorts and they just care about shorts.
Okay.
So that tells us that there's something missing in our content that we're not doing, or maybe it's just a matter of time. You know. So that's something that's our current problem right now.
And that brings us to another idea, is to be constantly readjusting your content. So that's something we've been starting to notice. Hey, our views are kind of taking a dip right now. Is there something that we need to change in our content? And we, need to have more conversations about that. But we have had conversations in the past where we've looked at some of our videos, seen what did well, and then tried to kind of add some of those elements into other videos. And I mean, we're also in the phase right now of trying to figure out what works well for our thumbnails, what's attached, what's attention grabbing, what works well for that, what works well in our actual vlogs. You've been experimenting with different editing styles and adding different things into the videos. It's all one big giant experiment at this phase, I think.
Even at 50,000 subscribers, we're still experimenting. And I don't think there's like a timeline. I think everybody learns in different stages when it comes to YouTube, and this is just our current stage.
Yeah, I agree.
Another tip, which honestly we should have started with this, is what I believe makes a successful YouTuber, content creator, influencer is a person that is comfortable underneath their skin and is not scared to be that in front of the camera. The people that I've fallen in love with on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram are people that I can tell they're being their authentic selves. And one thing that we can get caught up on is, oh, well, do I look good? Do I look pretty enough for this vlog? But what it really comes down to is, honestly, are you being fun? Are you being yourself? That's what people really care about, and what people will stay for is that authenticity, because it's so rare to find out in this world where everybody's just trying to look good, trying to say the right thing, blah, 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 blah. And for me, I've noticed it's not about that. It's about being able to connect with your audience and just show them that authenticity matters.
And we were talking about this before the video of finding the type of content that you enjoy that allows you to really let your authentic self out. Because I think we have experimented with different types of content for the first, I want to say the first 6 months, no, maybe more. We only started vlogging recently, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe the first 8 months, we were doing sit-down videos as all of our videos.
And it was very limiting for us to express ourselves and our personalities. And then we did vlogs.
Yeah, we had a lot of different people request vlogs from us, and we're like, you want to see our life? Like, I don't know. I didn't think that our life was that interesting that people would want to see it. I also was kind of resistant to vlogs for some reason. I thought it'd be hard to do, kind of like annoying to do. I just wasn't like totally down for it. And then I ended up really liking vlogging.
Yeah, we love vlogging better than sit-down videos.
Yeah.
Which was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
But like I said, people fall in love with your personality. People fall in love with the people in front of the camera. Not that your hair looks good, not that you have the perfect lipstick on, not that your eyebrows are done good. It's literally your personality. Like, I've seen people on YouTube who I really wouldn't really care about as far as aesthetics, but I watch their YouTube videos and I just fall in love with their personalities and their humor and how they interact with each other.
Totally.
And that's what gets me coming back to watching their channel,
Yeah.
And they make me feel safe and at home. And I think that's just, if you want to be a successful YouTuber, especially a vlogger, it comes down to that.
Yeah, totally. Well, and even like a lot of the YouTubers I follow are sit-down people. So I'm not saying that sit-down videos are less authentic than vlogs. But for us, I noticed a very big difference in we were able to like show our personalities more and really come alive with vlogs. Yeah. So I think it's very important to experiment with the type of content that you're making and be open to trying different things, to seeing what sticks, and then to pay attention to what things, people are engaging with and make more of that.
Next tip, we just discovered vidIQ, and we'll put the link in the bottom, and it helps you with keywords, title suggestions, thumbnails, description, you name it. And that's something that we just currently discovered and we're implementing now, and we're hoping that helps us with our engagement.
Yeah, it'll give you like little scores for different tags, right? Like you type something in, it will tell you if that's a good
title
or tag to use.
Yeah, so that's also a tip that I wish we knew then versus finding out right now.
Right.
Another tip that we wish that we knew was using the real estate on your description as real estate.
Yeah.
Putting all your links there, like our vidIQ link is there, our referral link, our Amazon storefront.
Yeah, we will also list out the equipment that we use if you're curious on what we use.
That's the next tip.
Yeah.
Equipment.
Yeah, so for equipment, I would say, like, I think it's very important as a YouTuber to be very self-aware. It's hard because you can get very precious about your videos. You just spent a bunch of time making it. It was like a labor of love. But I think it's important to watch your videos and be really honest with yourself about where the quality level is at and to see where you need to improve. When we first started, we just kind of started, which is great. I'm not saying that's a good way to go. Just start it, just get going. There's no way to like start than just doing it. But as you start to do it, you'll start to notice where you can improve. And for us, that was buying a new lens for our camera, buying a better like stand for our camera, buying honestly the microphones and our lighting.
These
Huge.
microphones sound so important when it comes to YouTube. And these microphones we love because they're wireless. What's on the market, this is probably our favorite one right now.
Yeah.
Also, our battery's about to die. Having extra batteries ready to go, we also link it below. Like we have a double
Life
battery
changer.
charger. So if this battery dies right now, we're fine. We're gonna go grab another battery and just plug it back in.
Yep.
So yeah, sound, extra batteries, having a nice camera like the one we have, which is a Canon M50, I believe, or M30.
I think
It'll be in the Amazon storefront.
Yeah.
And yeah, having good lighting.
Yeah, it's huge. So just be honest with yourself, look at your content, and be open to improving it. That's what I'd say. Okay, I think that's pretty much all of our tips.
Yeah. What we're working on right now is learning our camera better. We honestly know 10% of our camera, and I know that that's going to help our quality 20, 50x.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be real with yourself. Always see what you can do better in your videos. And yeah, that's pretty much all our tips. So once again, thank you to all 50,000 subscribers. We're happy to be here. You've changed our lives.
We love you so much. We appreciate you. If you're interested in lesbian sex ed, check out our Patreon or our YouTube members, and let us know if you're interested in a Patreon video.
Yeah, and we'll see you on Monday with the vlog.
Ciao, ciao.